Good control at the back.
Hi chums. Oh, just well,
again, breaking up.
sorry about that. I was listening to the rugby there. The Ulster are playing Castres in France in the Heineken Cup, and it's 8-5 against Ulster at the moment, and we want Ulster to win, so it's not looking good at the moment. But anyway, got a bit of a progress update. There's your question for today. What's that? Well, we know it's a pipe, but that's actually the shape a pipe has to be to fit into the side of a cone. And there's the cone then, and you can see the hole there. The shape of the hole is like a teardrop. But where this is more complicated is, you can see that the cone is not one, it's a different grade the whole way down, if you like. There's a different slope here than here. So I had to allow for that. But whenever you put the two together and you get them sorted out, I'll try and move in here where we can see it. And the pipe's going in like that. And it does make a very neat fit then. Okay? So that's where I am at the moment. I've got the pipe cut. It took about an hour to cut this boy here. Maybe an hour, maybe a bit more, because I could only get one go at it. Well, I've got more pipe, but I don't want to waste the pipe, so I treated it as if I had one go. So it took me an hour to get this shape here, and I was sure it was wrong. But it seemed right when I was putting it against the side of the cone to check that it was right and everything, it was going okay. And then I traced around it, and I made this hole, and I cut the hole, and I was really lucky, because when I cut the hole, I made it what I thought was smaller than needed to be. It turned out to be exactly the right size. So how do we then attach that, the cone and the pipe together? Well, I was going to use epoxy resin for it. I don't like epoxy, not because it's bad, it just doesn't do my skin any good if it gets onto it. I don't like the smell of it. So then one of the viewers, Eddie, suggested that he's from here, he's from quite close to where I live, and he suggested going to see a place called Plastic Promotions, in Carn, the industrial estate about 3 miles away. So I went over to see those people. Eddie, I'll talk to Eddie now. Eddie, I went to see those people, and they were very, very nice, but there was this problem. They said they could weld it no problem, except that with 2 different types of plastic. And they said there are thousands of different types of plastic, but within certain ranges they can weld them together. But when they're doing their own welding, they're using the same type of plastic on each side of the joint, if you like, and they can do it. But because these were different plastics, you can't weld it. So I had to go to plan 2. So I got in touch with another friend, Brendan, who did work here. The guy did the bathroom, and he told me to get this stuff. Sticksaw. And when I showed it to my wife, who is an English teacher, she said to me, I'm really glad I'm going to be retiring soon, because is it any wonder we have trouble teaching the children how to spell things? So Sticksaw is apparently the be all and end all, and the glue to have. It sticks everything to everything. So I'll do a couple of wee tests with this, and then we'll have a go and stick the 2 things together. But the guys in the builder's place said that there's absolutely no problem sticking different types of plastic together. That'll stick materials like plastic to granite, and granite to glass, and glass to concrete, you know. So apparently this is the business. That is about, you're looking at $10 for that. And there's about, I haven't got my glasses on, so I don't know. It doesn't give a content amount actually. Well, it probably does, but the writing is so microscopic I can't read it. So yeah, but see, look at that there. I don't know if you can read that. 40-year guarantee. That seems pretty good. So where we are now is that we've got the cone done, we've got the pipe done. That was the single hardest part of the whole job that I was dreading most. So then I'll get those taped together. Now, the next part of the job is starting to cut the piece that goes in here, Because what's going to happen here at the top of the cone is there's going to be this pipe here, right? This will maybe help people visualize it better. This pipe's going to go in the side like that, okay? And then there's going to be another pipe coming out the top. And this one will be sucking the air out of the cone while this one here is delivering the air into the cone. So I need to make a disc to fit in here. So I'm going to take the camera over this way, so please excuse all the thing. I'm just going to, just while I'm on this here, just on the camera here, it's not even warm in here today. I've got the wee stove going, but I haven't got it going fiercely hot. I've discovered that there's a nice temperature in around 45, which leaves it very nice for working, where you can work away and you don't actually break into a sweat. Well, there's not much chance of me ever breaking into a sweat, I suppose, but if you sort of hit a happy medium there, where it's cool enough to work, it's warm enough to be work without getting too warm, and it's sort of cool enough not to, as I say, start sweating and out there. So I'm keeping, at the moment, the garage, this place is about 9 degrees. Let me see if I can get that for you. There it is. It's about 9 degrees. I'll move that either way and we'll maybe pick it up. I find it very hard to read because you've got the red thing inside here and the green background, and I can't read one against the other. So I've put a piece of paper in so they can see where the fluid is, you know. So you can maybe see it. I'm going the wrong way in the camera. What's wrong? I'm watching the screen here to see where this is on the screen, and I'm going the opposite direction of what I should be going. So I think you can see 9 degrees there, or whatever that is in old money, 44. Okay, so that's that done. Now, the reason I've got a hat on is because I was actually down the greenhouse getting onions and stuff. My wife's making a beef casserole for dinner tonight, and it's looking really good, and it's going to be one of these things that we'll never get again, because I see there's different vegetables sitting out and there's nothing that's been measured, and it'll be all go in and it'll be lovely, and then I'll say to her, as usual, that's lovely, Rosemary, will you make that again? And as usual she'll say, I can't because I didn't measure anything. So I did say to her, are you going to measure stuff this time? And she went, why? And I thought, but every single time you make a casserole you say you never measure things and you can't make it again. But she said, why? As if it was the most stupid question ever, you know. So it looks like it's not going to be, nothing's going to be measured, but it'll be lovely. It'll be really lovely. So I'm going to show you over here now and what's happening with the lathe, because there's a couple of wee things I want to show you there. So I'll just turn this around here. I'll move this to here and see how we're going. Right, now I have to get down here some way. No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to hold this on the tripod. Right, where are we at? And lower this down a wee bit just so we can see where we are. Right, folks. I'm just going to. I'm going to set the tripod up here and show you what's happening. Okay, so what we've got. Oh, damn it! I pressed a button there. Oh, it's all right. Now what we've got here is, I'm just going to go in here and lift this up a wee bit just to show you. Right, on the lathe now. This piece here. I'm pointing at, that's going to be the lid for the cone, okay? But in order to hold that, whoops, I have had to put an extension on the banjo. Now I'll just I'll move here and see if I can get through without wrecking the whole show. Alright. Oh, here, I managed it. I think I've done it. Yeah. Okay, I want to show you something I've done here. You see in here, the banjo is coming out from the lathe bed, and I've got another banjo here coming across to the work. Alright? The problem with this arrangement is, strong and all as it is, cast iron is very brittle, and there's a lot of downward forces coming on the tool rest here. So we've got a downward force here and here on this tool rest. So I've put a 3x2 underneath the banjo that's holding the tool rest, and another 3x2 underneath the banjo is going to the lathe. So any forces going down are going to get absorbed here and not go right through the banjo and break the banjo in half, because as the cast iron is very brittle. So I've never seen this done before, and I thought to myself, it might be worth showing it to the rest of you just to let you see what I've done, because it would help avoid a disaster. Hopefully, I'm just moving up here so I can move the camera down to let you see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so as you can see there, I've got the two supports under the banjo going to the work, and the other banjo is coming off the lathe, and then I've just got the 3x2s going down to the ground, and they're not sort of tailored fit or anything. They were just kind of press fit, and I'll just keep them beside the lathe and just kick them underneath whenever I need to. I've had that lathe for about 6 years, and it's the first time I've done outboard turning on it. That's a lie, this is the second time, and I didn't use the supports then, but I thought I'll do it now because I've got a fair bit of turning to do. So 3x2s under your banjos, that will help support the load, and if you get a catch, it'll transfer the weight into the wood rather than going through your banjos and then maybe break snapping one of those in two, because I don't know much they are, but I wouldn't like to try and buy another one, you know. So that's it, folks, that's where we are. The final thing I'm going to do is just move this over here onto the glue just for a moment. Whoops. Right, the glue, this glue here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few experiments with that, just to see how it works and how long it takes to go off and stuff, and then after that I'll glue the cone together. I'm in no rush to do this because I want to do it right. I want to get it right first time. So more to come. So that's where we are, and not much more else. So I'll go back to Ulster and the rugby and hope that they're maybe doing a bit better than they were. Alright, so thanks for watching, folks. More later. All the best now. Bye bye.